News tonight, a Texas county has just voted to keep its entire public library system open after threatening essentially going nuclear and shutting them all down because they'd been ordered to unban a bunch of books. We have members of our NBC News team's affiliate down in the area in Llano County inside this commissioner's special meeting where people were speaking out, talking about, hey, keep the libraries open, shut them down so we don't have to bring back these books we wanted to be banned. Listen to what was going down just within the last couple of minutes.
The books that are in the library are not pornographic. None of them are. The list that you received, have you read any of them?
I am in favor of closing the libraries temporarily until we find a solution to the pornographic filth we do have.
So you hear folks on both sides there. This is a small community just outside Austin that's become the basically latest front line in the so-called culture war. Over about a dozen books, most of them for kids, like the classic In the Night Kitchen by Maurice Sendak, but also some books about race and social justice, like Caste, The Origins of Our Discontent. There was a lawsuit filed by some people who live in Llano when these books were banned, and a federal judge said, hey, it's actually not constitutional to ban them. He said, you got to put them back into circulation. Aaron Gilchrist has been following the latest on this story. So when that judge said, hey, put it back into circulation, some of these officials in this county said, you know, we're going to just maybe shut down the library system instead. They didn't actually do that, though.
Yeah, no, we were watching this very closely, and the producer, Ben, was texting me about this as I was sitting waiting to come in here.
Shout out, Ben.
Yeah, yep. On top of it for sure. And essentially, the judge there, the county executive, came back from a closed session, executive session, and said, you know what? We banned these books because not enough people were checking them out. That was part of the argument they made last year in this case.
I thought they were banning them because of the content.
Well, they didn't say that outright. That was the sort of the accusation on the other side, that it was really a censorship move, not so much a circulation move. And honestly, in most circumstances, librarians make decisions about how to move books around if there's a circulation issue. It's unusual for the county to step in and make something like that happen. And he essentially accused the plaintiffs in this case of forcing the county to sort of run up the bill, paying for these legal procedures. And they said, you know what? All right, fine. We're not going to close the libraries. The libraries will stay open, and the books will have to go back on the shelves in order for the county to meet the requirement from the judge.
You talked to one of the people who live in this county who brought that lawsuit that basically said, we don't want these books to be banned. Tell me more about that conversation.
Yeah, we talked to Leila Green Little, who was sort of the leader of the group of plaintiffs in this case, and she essentially said that, you know, this is censorship and it's not okay. It's not something that she wanted to see in the county libraries. It's not something a lot of folks who spoke, a dozen or so people spoke tonight at that meeting, and most of them were in favor of keeping the libraries open. A few people spoke, and they talked about there being porn in some of these books without really explaining why they felt that way or talking about what they thought qualified as porn. But I want you to hear a little bit from Leila and what her reasoning is about why this was a case that she wanted to fight, an idea that she wanted to fight in terms of banning books and closing the libraries.
It's awful. It's horrifying, and it's deeply disappointing to me to know that my county is even considering closing down a public library system. I can tell you that the concept of book banning is incredibly unpopular across all political persuasions, and you know, independents, Republicans, and Democrats.
And it seems as though the debate here is going to continue, though. There were people who spoke at this meeting who said they wanted these books that they deemed pornographic, children's books, to be moved to a part of the library where only adults could have access to them, or close the library. And so the push to do something isn't over.
I have to ask, just because we showed it on the graphic and people might have this question, one of the books is about a farting leprechaun. What's the objectionable piece of that?
So if you...
I've never read it. I don't know.
And I haven't read it either, but there's that book. There's another book that references, you know, butts and farts, and it's a children's book. And I think if you think about the copper tone baby, that image of the dog pulling the shorts, I think it's something along those lines, cartoonish, that some people feel is inappropriate for children to have access to.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.